All right, what is up, guys? My name is Coriola. Welcome back to episode 2 of my Out of the Park Baseball 21. I'm going to get it right this time. Out of the Park Baseball 21 franchise with the Milwaukee Brewers. We are here in the beginning of May. I'm going to structure this a little differently. I think I'm going to do 2 mid-season episodes. Kind of one, go through the draft, international free agency, go up to the All-Star break, and then second part, trade deadline, simulate to the end of the season once we're contending, which if you can see our record, we are not this year. Once we get to a contending place, we'll do the trade deadline and any potential pennant race that should arise in the second mid-season episode. So as I mentioned, this team has been struggling. We started the year 0-11 and then won 6 straight games, and since then have just been rattling off losses. Since this Phillies series, I do not believe we have won a single series. Granted, that's only been 2 or 3 weeks, but team is last place, 11 games below 500, even worse than the Pirates. Worst team in the National League, and not the worst team in baseball because the Texas Rangers have won 2 fewer games than we have. So, looking at what the problem's been, it's been everything. Runs scored, at the bottom. Runs given up, at the bottom. Offensively, Lorenzo Cain is doing all right. He's not really getting on base very much, even though he's hitting for a good average, which is concerning. Only 63 OPS plus. Arcia, struggling. Keston Hiura, he's hit 7 home runs, which is really good, but he's also only hitting .201. If we look at his advanced stats, it does not look like he's walking very much. Only 3.5% of the time and a 30% strikeout rate. That's just not very good. We might have to send him down to the minors at some point. The power numbers are great and really promising, but everything else, not great out of Hira. Christian Yelich, he's doing his thing. He is having a really solid season, on pace for 6 WAR. He's not replicating the power numbers from the last few seasons, which is, a bit concerning. Especially since, he hit more home runs last year, even in an injury-shortened season. But he's still getting on base at a really nice clip. Again, the slugging percentage decrease is actually a lot more concerning now that I'm looking at it more. He's day-to-day. He's fine. Otherwise, offensively, Justin Smoke, not terrible. 384 slugging isn't very good, but the on-base looks good. He's only hit 2 home runs so far this season. If we need to make a change, we have Ryan Healy and Logan Morrison in AAA. Healy is hurt, but he's been raking, and so has Morrison, even more so. But again, not a lot of power out of him. Well, I guess he's on pace for 50 home runs, but the slugging percentage... Oh my god, I was looking at the Never mind, he's slugging amazingly. I was looking at the slugging percentage as if it was OPS, and I'm like, 750s, below that is not very good, but no, that's slugging percentage. Logan Morrison's raking in AAA. If we need to make a change, we've got him and Healy. Omar Narvaez really dropping off after back-to-back 120 OPS seasons, down to 61, not hitting, not getting on base, not slugging. Actually, it looks like he's walking at a decent clip. Oh, just kidding, 5.8. That's not very good, which is a career low. So, Narvaez has been not good. Orlando Arcia, we will take that from him. Again, slugging is really low, but he has hit 3 home runs, is on pace for 14, which is kind of right where you'd want him to be around. He hit 15 last year. You'd obviously want a lot more doubles, but he's hitting a lot better, average wise. It doesn't look like he's walking very much, only 5%. And the slugging percentage is not as high as you'd like, but he's good on defense. No, he's actually had a negative zone rating this year. So that's a bit of an issue because his defense is obviously what he's known for, but we'll take the hitting. Eric Sogard, kind of what I expected. Decent average, decent on base, not very good slugging, on pace for 2 wins. It's what we've got to deal with at this point. But if you thought that was ugly, let's take a look at the pitching. Brent Suter, 4.50, actually not terrible. Home runs really high, that's concerning, but the strikeout numbers, 8.2 from him with a 50 stuff rating, will absolutely take that. Really low walk rating, so really if he can just get control of the home runs, that's a pretty good season for Brent Suter. Freddie Peralta cannot stop walking people. He's also giving up a ton of home runs, and he has a 7 ERA. Also, I think Eric Sogard has like a 1.35 ERA because he pitched. Oh, it's down to 35. Actually, that might just be cut off. He pitched, let me show you guys, in this game in April where we lost 23-6. He pitched for a third of an inning, gave up 5 runs. So yeah, he has a 1.35 ERA. So Freddie Peralta is not our worst pitcher this season. As you can see, Brandon Woodruff is hurt. He should be back pretty soon though, and Corey Knebel, I'm not quite sure how to pronounce that. I really should know, but he's on rehab. He had Tommy John last season and just got back like a couple days ago. So you can see he's only been on rehab for like 2 days. And we also lost Brett Anderson, who's actually pitching really nicely. BABIP a little low, strikeouts a little low, but yeah, no one's gonna be mad at 2.84 ERA. And then Woodruff was having a solid season too. Again, home runs high, concerning. BABIP low, concerning. But almost a 4 strikeout to walk ratio, so that's really good. He'll be back soon. I think 3 days. Yep. Back to the pitching staff. Anyway, so we called up Wilkerson to replace him. We also called up some dude in the bullpen who you can't see. Adrian Hauser has not been good. Jesus, 2 home runs per 9. That's really bad. And a 4.01 BABIP. So, hopefully he's just getting really unlucky with that. But then the home runs, big concern. Big concern, especially for an extreme ground ball pitcher. That's an issue. Corbin Burns moved in the rotation. I don't think he started the season there. I think he started in the bullpen, but he's been pretty good. 5 walks to 9 is concerning, but he has a 4.28 ERA with a almost 400 BABIP. He's striking out over 12 guys per 9 innings and not giving up very many home runs. So yeah, he's on pace for a really nice season. Corbin Burns has been bright spot. Aaron Wilkerson, he's going back down. When Woodruff is healthy, he's been bad. We're going to move past him. Josh Hader has not given up a run. He's on pace for 3 wins. Striking out 16 people per 9. Walking 30. Very low BABIP, but like with a reliever like Hader, you expect kind of a lower BABIP. Alex Claudio, that's not bad. BABIP is high, but he still has a decent ERA. Low strikeouts. Concerning, but that's always where he's been. Over 3 strikeouts per walk, so you'll absolutely take that. And then the rest of the bullpen, will kind of go through this quickly. Feyereisen, not great, walking a lot of guys. 8 per 9 innings, he's Ray Black, pretty nice season. Low BABIP, high walks, what you expect from him. Devin Williams, David Phelps, both 5.94. I did not mean to change that. Same story. High BABIP, high home runs, high walks. Phelps, high BABIP, high home runs, high walks, identical ERAs. We called up Shelby Miller when Woodruff got hurt. He hasn't been terrible, actually. I kind of wish he was starting instead of Wilkerson, but I guess it won't matter in 3 days when Hader comes back. And then Josh Lindblom, not very good. So the reason we are here in May instead of right at the rookie draft is because they've kind of changed this around a little bit. So with the draft pool, you've still got what am I looking at? Why am I looking at movement potential? I just realized I might need to fire my scout. My best friend Nick Gonzalez. I love Nick Gonzalez. I want the Royals to draft him if the draft even happens. But this thing, the OSA mock draft, it makes scouting the guys around your spot a lot more important. So just looking through some guys that could be available, I'd love it if Zach Veen fell to us. I'm going to request a scouting report. Should also take a look at our scout. Favors ability, which means, guys are going to have lower potential, which is fine, I guess. I think it's just more fun when they have higher potential. In the draft, Pete Crow Armstrong, scout really likes him. And you can see this scouting accuracy has made, requesting scouting reports on guys a lot more important. So I'm just going to kind of go through, look for some guys who might be available at our spot. They're projecting us to take Casey Martin. Casey Martin looks really good. So let's absolutely request a scouting report on him. My philosophy, I like college guys generally. Tanner Burns from Auburn, absolutely going to scout him. But, this farm system really needs a big overhaul. And this draft is going to be super important. I am now realizing that there is not a lot of content to show at this point other than, looking through different guys. And figuring out who I want to scout. So, let me cut off here. We'll be back at the draft. And we'll get through our very first draft in Out of the Park 21. All right, we are back on 2020 draft day. Things are looking a little better. We're only 10 games above 500 as opposed to, 11 last time with much fewer games played. Since that has happened, however, we have lost 2 starting pitchers. Brett Suter's out for another 2 to 3 weeks. Freddie Peralta out another 3 weeks, and Peralta had been, improving. His ERA was almost 7 last time we checked, and Suter was continuing a pretty solid season. So both of those injuries definitely hurt the team. Pitching still an issue even with Woodruff back. Corbin Burns is no longer doing as well as he was doing at the beginning. Walks are starting to be an issue. BABIP is coming up. Brett Anderson has come back, and he's about to be hurt again. What else is new? Corey Knebel came off the DL, or off rehab. He's doing pretty nicely so far. He's definitely a guy who could be a trade candidate. He has, looks like he has another year of team control, so we might hold on to him in the offseason, or deal him in the offseason. Bullpen is doing better. Farazian, Phelps improving. Lineup-wise, Hira doing a little better. Not great. Yelich still doing his thing. Hitting more home runs now, which is nice to see, on pace for 7.1 wins. Orlando Arcia bringing up the power numbers more. That's really nice and encouraging. I also noticed Ryan Braun was not playing because they signed Avisal Garcia. So it was Kane in center, Garcia in right, Yelich in center. I have since forced Ryan Braun to start in right, and he's not doing very well. Justin Smoke still struggling. Let's see how our minor league first basemen are doing. Oh, and Luis Urias, who was acquired in, I believe, the Zach Davies trade, has been struggling in AAA. His ratings look major league ready, so as soon as he starts playing better, and yeah, I think it's time we called up Logan Morrison, Kansas City's native son. But I don't know if we have, because Smoke can't be sent down. but I think we might just have to cut him. How much would that? Only cost $2.5 million. So yeah, Justin Smoke has been released outright. I probably could trade him, but I want to keep this a little more realistic. Probably wasn't getting anything for Smoke at this point. So Logan Morrison will now be our starting first baseman. But yeah, let's get into the draft. And I have a decent idea of what I want to do kind of in the second and third round. I don't really know what to do in the first round. So let's just see how this goes. Number 1 overall, Detroit takes Austin Martin. They do a pretty good job sticking to the OSA mock draft, which has Nick Gonzalez, who looks incredible in this game. Or in this save. Still going 6, so he'll probably go around there. Baltimore takes Asa Lassie, so that is different. He was projected to go number 3, and Jordan Walker was projected to go number 2. Lassie's a really good lefty out of Texas A&M. Miami takes Jordan Walker. Kansas City takes Spencer Torkelson. Hancock, so Gonzalez is going to go to the Mariners, who get really, really lucky that he falls to them. Let's just keep going through, see if anything's interesting. Bitsko, Ed Howard, Micah Bell. Robert Hassel actually goes a few picks earlier than he was supposed to. He's supposed to go here to Cincinnati, who takes Austin Hendrick. He was in there. Okay, I just completely missed him, but he's got really good power potential. San Francisco takes Zach Veen. So yeah, he was kind of like the guy I was hoping would fall, but he didn't really fall like I hoped he would. And then Pete Crow Armstrong goes to the Cubs. It's a really good pick for them. I know I said earlier I like college talent better than high school, but especially in this range of the draft, the high school players are much, I don't want not much better, but like well, yeah, they're better. It's a better investment for a draft pick. Tanner Witt goes to the Mets. And now the Milwaukee Brewers are on the clock with these fresh new logos that I somehow did not mention in the first episode. But I have a couple guys I have my eyes on. And as you can see, our scout really, he favors ability. So you're going to see lower potential ceilings in these drafts. Which is why in real life I normally would like guys who did scout on ability rather than potential. But in this game it's kind of more fun. If you do it the other way. So, the guy I'm really looking at, Reed Detmers, has a filthy curveball. If you follow Pitching Ninja on Twitter, he obsessed with this guy for good reason. A disgusting curveball. He's not projected to go for the 4th round. I want to snag him in round 3. Then, in the outfield, Petey Halpin, a high school outfielder from California. Had him in a Padres series in 19. He's a guy I like too, but again, I could not find him on the mock draft, so he's not projected to go for a while. And then as you can see, there's not really many other starting pitchers. Ian Bedell, I just don't love his potential. You know, only 50 stuff. The control's concerning. Stuff could be better. But I'm really tempted to go with Blaze Jordan, who wants $7.5 million. Let me think about that some more. Yikes. But you know, people have compared him to the next Bryce Harper as like this high school phenom kid. He's not the next Bryce Harper, but he still could be pretty good. We were originally projected. Did he go back to school, I wonder? Second baseman. I can't even think of his name. Oh, Casey Martin. So he's still here. Never mind. He just has fallen down draft boards. Casey Martin would be a smart pick here. Not a lot of fun. Be much more fun to go with the big name in Blaze Jordan. So yeah. Drafting, in my opinion, is a lot harder with favors ability, because you really don't see a lot of guys sticking out as like potential boom type players. And my philosophy in this game is like exactly the opposite of what would be in real life. But yeah, I think with our first draft pick, we're gonna play it smart here. He has really high OSA ratings. I like the power potential, good fielder. He's smart, which means he'll progress better, fast. So yeah, with the first, not overall pick, but with the 20th pick, 2021 draft, the Milwaukee Brewers, and this is gonna be way, way under slot. So we can, go for some high upside high school guys later in the draft. We select Casey Martin. Now let's just keep going. There goes Tanner Burns. Definitely looked at him, didn't really like what I saw. Actually, I never looked at Soderstrom. Not missing out on a ton there in my opinion. But I think in the second round, Dylan Cruz goes to the Royals. So second round, I think I want to target Detmers. Although he isn't projected to go until the 4th, so we could snag him in round 3. Okay, at this point, I don't need to see pick by pick. So who are we projected here? Armani Sanchez, high school shortstop. He's got nice hitting potential ratings. The only thing I don't love about this mock draft is you can't really see who's been taken. Casey Martin was actually projected to fall almost to a round 2 pick, so it's probably a good idea that we got him there. Kevin Abel, unfortunately the Tommy John surgery really hampering him. Alex Santos, I think he went already. Oh, that's because I'm looking at round 1. That's why. Yeah, having to scroll all the way down here isn't the most fun. Just looking, I do like Ian Bedell. I mentioned I didn't want him in the first round, but I think in the second round, this wouldn't be a terrible place to take him. There's not really... Blaze Jordan's still on the board because of that bonus demand. It's tempting. Oh, it's tempting. It's really, really tempting. How much money do we have? Oh, it looks like we have a big, big budget room. All right. We went under slot. Come on. We went under slot with the first pick so that we could make this one here in the second round. Unless I see someone last minute. Oh, I'm tempted to go Bedell. No, that's not fun. We're taking Blaze Jordan. We're going to meet his demand. $7.5 million for a second round pick. And head on to the third round. Hopefully Detmers has not been taken. He has not. The low intelligence is concerning, especially paired with the low stuff. But he's going to be our third round pick here. No question. Let's move on. Fourth round. If Halpin's still on the board, he is not. So where did he get taken? I could be completely missing something. So we took Detmers here. There he went, to the Angels in the fourth round. So, yeah, I would have taken him probably if he was available at this point. Let's take a look. All players. We've only got one guy 50 or above. I do like good contact, good fielding, good speed. Doesn't strike out. If the power develops at all, he could still turn into like a Nicky Lopez type player for the Royals. And he's got high work ethic, high intelligence. So we're going to take Adam Oviedo here in the fourth round. I'm really happy with that pick. And now we can only have 9 guys who have higher than 45 potential. John Baker, love his last name. I also did scout him. Ian Seymour. At this point you kind of want to start looking for guys who've got one thing that could really help him stand out. Christian Rodriguez is a high school pitcher, and I'm going to take him here in the 5th round. Another issue I had with this draft is in auto draft, they tend to take a lot of guys with high demand, and so you end up not getting very high numbers of just like rookie signings. So I think I'm going to go through the first 10 rounds with you guys and then cut out and just finish off my draft class. I really like Ollie Thompson here. He's a JUCO player, which means he has college experience. He hit really well in college and high school. Even though we have low, we don't know a lot about him, I still really, really like the potential there from Thompson. All right, round 7 here. Again, not a lot of guys left on the board. Jordan Thompson stands out to me for that really good contact potential. And again, I'm okay paying $600,000 to a guy in the 7th round. Probably not much later, but we'll take Thompson here. Lilo Paxia looks pretty nice, actually. Esquivel's got good power numbers. I'm going to take Esquivel here. And then if Paxia is still on the board, next pick. You know, these are the type of the high ability guys our scout likes. And then I think I want to take a pitcher with my last pick, at least on screen here. Any guys with good movement here? Patrick Frederickson, college junior with really good movement. I'm going to make him my 10th round pick, and I'm going to cut out, probably come back at international amateur free agency. All right, we are back here at international amateur free agency time. Beginning of July, still in last place. Now 13 games below 500, 11 back of the first place Cardinals. 3rd worst record in the National League. Jesus, Texas. What? Okay, we're just gonna ignore that. We have been hit with a litany of injuries. We have lost Christian Yelich for about a month. He's been out a couple weeks. Should be back pretty soon. Logan Morrison has been on the DL twice since being called up to the major leagues, and Brett Anderson has been lost for the season, and that's probably going to be his career, at least with Milwaukee, to be honest. Peralta's come back. Hauser's gotten better. Suter's still doing well. He's come back. Woodruff is doing solid. Eric Lauer we've called up to replace Anderson. Nebel's struggling out of the bullpen, walking a lot of guys. Hader's still doing his thing. And then offensively, Kane is doing well. Arcia is actually having a really nice season. Slugging percentage up into the 400s. On pace for almost 20 home runs. That's what you like to see out of him. Fielding is still negative. Zone rating, concerning. What? Am I dumb? Okay, I'm going to set. I was wondering why Ben Gamel was starting over obviously Garcia. I guess Garcia can't play left field, so Braun will be moving to left field, who's actually hitting pretty well now. He has requested a trade, but that's because I think I had him on the bench to start the season. Garcia will be back in right. Healy has struggled. Hira keeps getting better, which is encouraging, I guess. But the power numbers have really slowed down since the beginning of the season. Sogard has improved. We're definitely going to look to trade him. He's requested it. Who am I to say no? David Freitas, who actually, has a same rating as Omar Narvaez, 55, which is pretty solid for a catcher. And he's hitting 285 since being put in the lineup over Narvaez. Is that a platoon? No, because it's against righties. So yeah, Narvaez has really struggled and improved offensively, but still lost his starting position to freed us. So I think we're definitely going to be looking to trade one of them. And then Arcia has been doing well. So here at International Amateurs, kind of spoiled it already. I want to go after Juan Valdez. Really good contact and gap potential, good speed, good defense. OSA really, really likes him. Power, concerning. Eye, concerning. But he's 17 years old and looks like he could already play in the Arizona Rookie League. He is a 17-year-old switch hitter. We're going to give him the full $5 million. And then looking through our prospects, Urias struggling. This is just batters. Bryce Terang has actually been promoted to high A ball. He was mashing it in single A and gotten a potential boost. So that's really, really promising. But then our rookies in A ball, Thompson struggling, Martin struggling, little less so. Definitely brought up that OPS since I last checked on him. Blaze Jordan struggling significantly. And then the pitchers, Detmers in rookie ball has been solid through 5 innings. And then Christian Rodriguez, walking a lot of guys, but striking out a lot in rookie ball. He's been put in the bullpen. So, I'm going to simulate up to the All-Star break. I'll just keep you guys here. No reason not to. I already cut a bunch in the video, so just get ahead to the All-Star break. Yes, I know you want to be traded. Gotta wait till next episode, Jed. So we currently in a series with the Cardinals. Rubber match, fall, and now a short little home stretch before the All-Star break. Blues get swept by Tampa Bay. Avisail Garcia wants a trade. I can make that happen. And yeah, I'm totally kicking myself for not at least shopping around Logan Morrison earlier. But then we win back. Not Logan Morrison. The other guy, Justin Smoke. Speaking of the devil, Morrison is back, and Yelich will be back soon. So I guess we'll skip to the end of the All-Star break. Oh, did I not turn off baseball cards? God damn it, I'm stupid. Okay, I'll cut this out. Be right back. All right, we are done with that annoying thing. I guess I just forgot. I definitely forgot to go through all of the settings after recording the first episode. That's okay. Just making sure all of our draftees that we want have been signed. I just kind of sorted. I filtered out all the guys who wanted big bonuses and then drafted just a bunch of guys with slot demands. It was tedious, but honestly not that bad. I'd like to find a way to set auto draft strategy before, going like 50 years in the future with a Royals franchise, because that's going to get annoying real quick. But it's fine for the time being. Anyway, we are here at the All-Star break and the end of the episode. Do we have anybody in the Rising Stars Challenge? Like a Bryce Terang got a hit. That's what I like to see. He's hitting well since being called up to Carolina. And then futures. Oh, here we go. I did not know they had guys who just got drafted, but CJ Van Eyck, Bobby Witt Jr. Is Rising MLB Prospects game different than MLB Futures game? Because if so, it's very interesting. But I guess it's the same, because Bryce Terang's here. The National League. Alec Boehm is fucking mashing. Good God, on pace for 11 wins in AA. He should be in AAA right now. Don't know why that's not the case. Anyway, All-Star Game rosters. Take a look through the American League. See anyone interesting. Dylan Cease, having a really nice year for Chicago. Garrett Cole. Danny Duffy. Matt Whistler. Man, that's a throwback name. He was top prospect in when I did a Padres franchise in MLB 14, the show. So that's been a hot minute. Are there a lot more All-Stars than there normally are? This feels like a lot more. Cheater made the All-Star game. That's cool. Please don't get in a fight in my comment section about the Astros. I don't really want to talk about it. As far as our team goes, we have Josh Hader, still having a really nice season. Yeah, really, really good. And then Christian Yelich, even though he's been hurt, is still going to be representing us on the All-Star roster. And that looks like it's it as far as Milwaukee Brewers go. So here at the All-Star break, we are 41-54, 13 games below 500, 13 games out of the division. You can take a look at our lineup. It is not good, and reminder, we have one of the worst farm systems in baseball. So this is definitely going to be a challenge, but I'm really looking forward to it. Thank you all for watching. Hopefully I didn't ramble on too much this episode, but we're probably looking about 30 minutes now. And knowing me, that's just going to be completely wrong, and I'm going to have to address that, or just ignore it. Anyway, I'm so bad at outros. Anyway, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. See y'all next time. Goodbye.